Wow. Wow. This is bananas.
Take your time, baby.
Thanks, Ma. Okay, so I first want to thank everyone who made this possible. Mom, Dad, I couldn't have done this without you. I'd like to thank my lady Yvette. My dude, Vig.
Hey, yo, I got you, man. Hey, hold him in the building all day, yo.
Aye.
Yeah, I love you, man. I love you.
Man, he's like my brother. Oh, gosh. And also, want to thank my sister, Cece, who is also my manager. Swish, love you.
I love you more.
And my agent, Mr. Don Pagnotti himself.
You're the man, baby.
I guess I will take some questions now. Yes, ma'am.
How did you get the nickname Freak?
A lot of people don't know this, but Freak is short for my very first nickname, Frequency Vibrations.
Yeah, true story. I like to introduce our mother so she could tell it.
Go ahead.
Get her, Mama.
Tell her, Mama.
Come on.
Go get her, Mom.
Thank you, everyone. Frequency and Cece are fraternal twins. And so when I was pregnant, one of them kept kicking and jumping around all the time. So my husband, Pete, put headphones on my belly and played reggae music.
Hence the name Frequency Vibrations.
We shortened it to Freak.
How did you know who was kicking?
A mother knows. A mother always knows.
Are you ready for a photo op?
Yes. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the next NBA superstar, Frequency Vibrations.
Go ahead, son.
Thank you all for coming. We will be available for one-on-ones in the back. Good job. Well done.
Congratulations, son.
All right. You all know why we're here and what we came to do this year. This is only the beginning of a very long season, but Game 1 means just as much as Game 82. Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact for us this season. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there and execute just like we did in camp. Ain't no more excuses. It's time to get serious. If we play our brand of basketball, there's no telling where this team can go. So get out there, get warm, and let's go win this game.
Here we go, my first NBA game. This is something I've been waiting for my entire life. And to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous. But I know this is where I belong. So I just gotta get out there and do what I was born to do. I hope I can make my family proud.
Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. This Boston crowd. Taking to the hardwood as we'll get to watch the first official NBA appearance from Medina.
Yeah, and whether he has friends and family in the crowd tonight or watching at home, I know a lot of people are proud of this young man. He's worked so hard to achieve this goal.
Yeah, and the future's bright for him, Greg. Not just tonight and not just this season, but for years to come.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot two. It was a tough battle down the stretch, but the Celtics were able to get back into the playoffs last year.
And kind of just hovering around all season, but give them credit. They fought their way in and spent only 1 year out of the postseason in their rebuild.
Mickey's checked in for Thomas. And he's good on the second.
And, you know, for the Celtics, the actual playoff series didn't go well. They got swept by the Cavaliers, but most people will remember the injuries from the series more than the play, and the Celtics have a bright future, no doubt.
The 76ers trail by 6. Pass to Noel. Out to the right wing. He's covered by Zeller. Thompson inside the line. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Well, listen, it was a forgettable series for Celtics fans. However, the Celtics' young core were able to experience postseason basketball. That's something that you can really never replicate. I'm sure they'll be hungry for more of it, and credit Brad Stevens on a terrific job.
The 76ers have made 3 of 5 free throw attempts.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
And I know the free throw shooting is an area they focused on improving coming into this season.
Both shots good from the stripe.
Well, clearly the 76ers were the youngest team in the league last season, and with all the draft picks they've stockpiled, they'll be the youngest team for a while, it seems. But if the youth can grow and develop, they could also be a force in a few years, too.
The 76ers trail by 6. Lets it go from deep. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
To give you an idea of how young the 76er team is, at one point last season, Greg, Tim Duncan had more seasons played in the NBA than the entire active roster of the 76ers.
That's hard to fathom. I mean, we all know there's this youth movement going on in Philadelphia, but they still need some veterans in that locker room. Very hard for the young players to lead.
To the middle, Zeller banked in off the glass.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
From deep three-point range. The basket's coming early. Earlier, we sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA game.
You know, I've thought about this moment my entire life. Now that it's finally here, the feeling's pretty crazy. But I know it's just the beginning. I got a lot of hard work ahead of me to get to where I want to go, to be the best player and the best teammate I can be. But this is an exciting first step, no doubt.
You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective for most rookies, do you?
You really don't, Kevin. I mean, I really like his approach to the game. What remains to be seen, though.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided.
Okay, guys, that wasn't the kind of basketball I had in mind, especially on our home court. Let's go over what happened.
They're outworking us on the boards, and that's something that cannot continue in the second half. At both ends of the floor, rebounding has to be a focus. Second thing, we need to get points inside.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. So Boston ends up going with a new group. Philadelphia also making some changes. Joel Embiid comes in for Carl Landry. And Nerlens Noel subbed in for Robert Covington.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout. a dominating performance for the 76ers.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season, Greg. You love to get an opponent figured out early when you're going to be seeing them that often.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Smith. And the way he rebounded, he surely was a spark for the team as he was securing everything that came off the iron.
So on the floor for Philadelphia, they've got Embiid. Nerlens Noel is out there with Okafor. Then it's Smith, and it's Cannon in at the 2 spot. Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Grant comes in for Okafor. There's Thompson in for Smith.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
That's his second personal foul. 4th team foul.
And the first one drops.
Jordan Mickey will be at the line shooting 2.
And so he makes both from the line. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Here's Cannon. Pass to Thompson. Embiid kicks to Grant. And he gets it to go.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of serve.
So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was just...
The 2K Sports post-game show.
And hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Let us take a moment now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game.
He had a very nice night from the field tonight, shooting over 50%. That smooth, soft touch was working for him tonight. No matter how tight the D played him, he was still shooting it right in their face.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K
On some chill, we go 0 to 100 real quick. They be on there.
I'm coming home. New York City, baby. I'll be honest, I'm pretty excited. Mama, Pops, and Cece, yeah, they're gonna be there. Playing in front of them in the NBA uniform for the first time is gonna be a special moment for me. Now, I know all of Harlem's gonna be watching. No pressure, right? It's all good, though. I've been waiting for this my entire life. And I'll be ready.
It's an All-Eastern Conference matchup in today's game as the Celtics come into town for this one. And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke. Take a look at the Nets. Well, guys, at this point, while still many things can change, their record is not on par with their performance last year. Maybe a cause for concern, but something they are well aware of.
I guarantee you what, guys, the adrenaline is already flowing on both sides. A rivalry matchup like this means a little more to the players than just any other game.
And not just the players, Greg. How about the fans, too? I mean, they get into this thing as well.
Celtics trail by 4.
Well, you could see a change in the play with the Celtics after the trade deadline last year. Adding Isaiah Thomas gave them some pop off the bench and really created some balance for them offensively.
From the arc, Sloan, that's good. Sloan's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
They get the rebound, Zeller, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Pass to Sloan. Here's Kilpatrick. Wide open shot is on the money. Celtics trail by 7. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find some, you're right.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
No one near him. Crowder pulls it in.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Picked by Zeller. Here's Medina. No good with the triple. Nets leading by 7. And it's Kilpatrick missing. There's 42 seconds left in the first quarter. Thomas kicks to Freak. Tries a 3. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. Freak's got his first 3 points of the game. 35 seconds left to play here in the first. Passes it to Kilpatrick. The tray, and he gets it to go. Kilpatrick's got 5.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
Bogdanovich passes to Sloan. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit. That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
That free throw, no good. Both teams will make substitutions. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Net.
Kevin, we have Brooke Lopez with us.
Okay, listen.
Every dime is a flake. We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third.
They've had trouble the way Lopez has been playing. 13 points and the 1 steal. He's a one-man wrecking crew out there.
Truly, they have no answer for him at all.
We've got Wayne Ellington. Brooke Lopez is out there with Young. Then it's Jarrett Jack. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Clock is at 3. Here's Jack. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Jack's got the first bucket of the third here for the Nets. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Nets came through when they needed him to. He ended with 7 points, and he also added a few...
1:58 left in the third. Turner dishes to Freak. And it's off target. Not sure why he took that one.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Another shot. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. Let's get some information from the 2K leaderboard. In about the last 10 games in the NBA, during that span, these teams have the most second chance points in the league. Fifth on the list, the Celtics.
Really something to see. Their effort on the offensive glass has just led to so many second chance opportunities.
First one falls for him. After the Nets' big moves the past couple years, they were looked at as an older team, but you break it down, and you know, Greg, they're not as old as you think.
And actually had the fifth youngest team of anyone in the postseason. And so, though they seem older just because so many of their players had playoff experience or came into the league at a young age.
Brooklyn's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Fellas, that two-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try, because somebody might have got their feelings hurt.
From deep. The rebound by the Nets.
And, you know, for the Nets, the roster's average age was about 2 years younger at the end of the 2015 season than where they were at the end of 2014. They made a point to get younger.
That's good.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
And even though the Nets were younger last season, they were tough in tight games, playing really like a bunch of veterans, and went 10-2 on the year in games decided by 3 or fewer points.
Down low, here's Robinson, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
The shooting percentage continues to elevate here in the second half.
Well, as a group, they've been harmonic since the break. In sync. Good team basketball, resulting in high-quality shots.
Here's Sloan. He's got 12. Tries from 10. What a play! Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
And he beats the buzzer to end the quarter.
Terrific shot there. I mean, he was calm, he was poised, didn't rush it at all. You got to tip your hat to him. That was well done.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Boston shooting 40% from the field. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. Medina in at the 3. Mickey out there with Jared Sullinger. And it's Howland in at the 2 spot.
Oh, a perfect half at the free throw line for them. That'll help their comeback effort for real.
And Clark, those free throws need to continue if they're going to get back in this game.
Nets were the hottest team and story a few years back, certainly, but last season they were put up for sale. Surprisingly to some, Clark, midway through the year.
Yeah, that was odd timing given the new arena and rebranding. I mean, you would think after all that effort to rebuild the team, you would see it through.
Here's Larkin. Kicks to Reed. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man. And for a long time in the NBA, the stretch 4 was kind of the anomaly and not the standard. Now it seems that you are the rare power forward if you can't hit a 3. Very few traditional power forwards now in the NBA.
With the stretch 4 and the need for shooting at the position, They don't need to be a three-point threat, but they do need to be able to hit a mid-range jump shot.
Yeah, well said. I think you need to have guys that can make perimeter shots to create spacing. The game's evolving to a space-out-the-floor type game, and shot-making gives you a chance to do that.
Here's a Sims. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
I tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball movement out there.
Definitely. 10 of their last 12 points have come off assists.
Pass to Mickey to the left wing. Here's Holland.
Oh, wow. Stop. Wow, look at how quick he flashes to the rim there for the finish.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Brooklyn's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight, 50% exactly. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And he gets it to go.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
And there's the pass to Rozier. Here's Mickey. Just 4 to shoot. And he gets the bucket.
And in the past, the NBA had the All-Star break for just an extended weekend. Last year, they gave the players a full week off. It seemed to be received positively by everyone.
Karasov cannot hit, and it's Boston the other way.
Move it.
Pass to Mickey. Nice ball movement by Boston. Lets it go. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
Yeah, you're making things far too easy for him when you let him get it that deep.
I echo that. Ditto. I mean, you've got to do your work early to try to keep him out of the post. Fight him a little bit. Keep him away from that spot he wants.
And Karasov kicks to Larkin. Read a screen. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense.
Well, the game's getting bigger, going international. But at least in the U.S., it really seems the game is going indoors. Back in the day, the legends of the game still played on the blacktop. That's becoming a thing of the past.
Celtics making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. Down low, here's Sims, and he bangs it home with one hand.
You know, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounceability.
And speaking, Clark, of playground basketball, why do you think that is, that players are going indoors?
Well, I think one reason is playing on hardwood is nicer. It's easier on your joints and safer overall. The game has changed and it's big business now, but there are still plenty of weekend warriors who get their hoop on outside.
Pass to Rozier. Sullinger dishes to Freak. Goes up from the top of the key. The shot is off. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. And the basket by Karasov.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Holland, the pass to Medina, expanding his range, and it's Reed pulling it down. For Brooklyn, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor, and so they foul intentionally.
Too little, too late. They may as well just let the clock run and save their energy for another day.
Clark, you know, sometimes frustration just shows through in a game like this, and I think that's what we're seeing right now.
Zeller, he's checked in for Boston. Here's Sims, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
As a team, they're hovering around 86 to 87% from the line. That's exactly what you want to see. I mean, converting at that rate, that'll win you a lot of games.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Nets.
From mid-range, it's been a very nice game for them. I mean, they've been finding the bottom of the net a lot.
Couple that with just how well they've shot it from beyond, and they've made this thing look easy. It's still pretty early to judge, but so far the 2014 draft class has lived up to the hype. The top guys were as good as promised, and a lot of talent down later in the draft as well.
And Sloan kicks to Sims. Here's Kilpatrick. And that one's on target from the wing. The Celtics have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Here's Medina. Boston again missing.
I wonder if switching baskets really threw him off. I mean, because he can't get anything to fall this half.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Nets.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And it's always a good feeling to take that second contest after you've dropped the first one to somebody. Just a big win to even things up in their 4-game series against the Celtics.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Lopez. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Johnson dishes to Freak. There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Offensive rebound, Celtics. And it's Rozier missing.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Here's Kilpatrick. Back to Reed. And stolen by Zeller. 23 seconds left in the fourth. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Just a boneheaded play there.
Here's Rozier. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one.